Welcome to another Thursday night edition of KitSZN. I like to say apologies on the slight delay there because, we were watching the Louisville game and we got a little
Yeah,
distracted. So it's not
we're
often
just
we get
talking,
Thursday night
talking,
soccer,
talking.
right? Right, a little bit of Thursday night soccer. That doesn't happen.
It's good old Thurby, man. It's Thurby. This is
Derby.
this is Thurby. This if you ever go, like everybody talks about, oh, you have to go to the Derby. Go to Thurby because that's the local version of the Derby. It's the same thing. It's all the races and everything. There's one special race. It's Thurby, and it's on the Thursday night. The biggest issue is we used to have the Oaks. Everybody would go to the Oaks, and that's where all the local people like. We had school off on Fridays in Louisville on that Friday because it was the Oaks. Like all the teachers would take off and be in Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
But now that became its own big presentation, and everybody goes to the Oaks now. Like, okay, because they do a lot of really cool stuff. They do like breast cancer awareness night, and people go out and walk. A lot of cool stuff that happens at the Oaks. But it's like, all right, well, we need our own version still. So we went to Thursday, and it became Thurby. So if you're ever in Louisville for Derby week, and like if you showed up for the Lexington game going on right now, and you're watching us, one, why? But then two, go to the races, I guess, right now.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. I wish Indy did something a little similar when it comes to the Indy 500. I think having a lot of people being off in the city, specifically on that Friday, makes a whole lot of. Yes, I know the race isn't until like that Monday, but a lot of people do stuff all weekend for the biggest race in sporting history. At least that's what they tell us, as we are the racing capital. Anyways, I don't know. I'm just reading their propaganda towards me. I've only been when I was at like third grade. I think it was third grade. It's been years since I've been. So,
I've never been to Derby.
Yeah.
I'm not going into the infield, and I can't afford the rest. And
luckily for the Indy 500, it seats 200,000 people seated plus the infield. So like, tickets can be really cheap.
Nice.
The problem is, I'm cheaper, and I won't be spending all that time going to that. But that's just me. But that is not why we are here tonight. Tonight, though,
we are just got a red card.
Well, if you are turning away from that Lexington game, turn on to here. But we are here for tonight's very fun episode that covers all across the USL. And once again, we are all over the continent, as tonight's episode alludes to. But that is your frog somewhere?
Probably.
I do. I hear.
Yeah, we have it.
Cool. Anyways, I want to say thank you to our lovely patrons down below who allow us to do this great show between him and I and talk about some awesome kits. So thank you to John Hunt, Frank Anthony, Christopher Cohn, Harry Austin, John Fuller, Michael Fuchs, Joshua Duder, Noah Telford, Alberto Aguilar, Jeremy Churchman, Stephen Howard, Ryan Lacara, Tim Knotts, Anna Fresh 30, MOS, Kunal Patel, Olive the Hedgehog, Andrew Towsley, Madcap Peel, Ryan Smeltzer, and as always, thank you to Goals.tv for sponsoring tonight's show. And as always, if you've been watching the show, you will be seeing my talk. A little shout out to our good friends who we rated last week's episode at Equip Studios. So, do you want to get a custom kit designed for your team or supporters group by someone who's been trusted by clubs in the USLW and USL League 2? Well, Equip Studios offers more customization options than the big brands for only a fraction of the price. Their mission is simple: make professional quality uniforms accessible to all types of players, teams, and supporters, no matter the level of play. If you're less than thrilled with the new kits that your club has come out with this year, take matters into your own hands and create an official supporter jersey. Oh, let's sneeze. With inclusive sizing up to 6XL, indie fans have been clamoring about this, and I'll get more into that later. Equip Studios is starting to become a popular choice with official supporters groups. Do you have a Sunday League team that needs new threads? That's their bread and butter. With their founder Austin being a Sunday League player himself, and if you check out one of our interviews, he was injured from playing in said league. The best part is it's affordable for just $40 per jersey. You can get something completely bespoke with name and number customization included at no extra cost. Because you are a listener of this show, mention the USL show and you can get your friends and family the friends and family discounts, which brings it down to just $35 a jersey. Click the link below and tell them the USL show or KitSZN sent you. Shout out to our good friend Austin at Equip Studios for sponsoring today's episode as along with Goals.tv. So, before we did, as we get started here tonight, I just want to say we are going to be doing 6 kits tonight. There's a lot of kits out there still from the championship and League One that I've been kind of wanting to talk about before they get lost in the wave of League Two and W kits set to be coming out here very soon. And I went in front of that. But as always, I tell Fox, my favorite time of kit season, is when League Two and the W League start releasing their kits, because I just see some of the most creative kits across the USL. So I want to be fully ready and encapsulated to like talk about them as soon as possible, and not some of these other kits that maybe you've forgotten about.
Right.
Maybe.
Some of the meh kits, the good, like the nice looking kits, but like not the cool, fun kits that we keep showing up already. Like they're already jumping out at us.
Yes. So, and that's why we're
Ballard just dropped.
Yes, that's one I really want to get to, and that might be next week because I love me some Ballard, and I love their artist collabs. So I have to talk about them anyways. But we're going to be doing 6 kits for the next few weeks to kind of ramp up our ratings a little bit because we're we're not behind, but I want to speed up a little bit. So, and that is a great segment and a great icebreaker into our first kit of the night. I don't care. I'm calling it. Anyways, it's for our first kit of tonight, the Forward Madison icebreaker kit. And there's a little video for it, so check it out. I think little is like 5 minutes, like 2 seconds. Well, 10 seconds. But that's the video. Anyway, so that is the Forward Madison icebreaker kit that got dropped on us early in the season, and it was their first kit of the 2025 year. This was not used when they played Indy 11 last weekend, so I didn't get to see this in action from my friends. I wasn't there. But this broke the ice on their season when it comes to their kits and got the ball rolling. So what are your initial thoughts here, Fox? I thought I've been speaking a lot. So what are your thoughts?
My initial thought was like, there is a Forward Madison jersey. It's not the typical home with the sash. This is the ones that you come out with that are their fun, festive ones. I mean, is that as good as their past? No. It's a good kit. It's a nice looking, fun kit. But it's not Like when I see this, I'm like, yeah, that's Forward Madison. They did what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just happy that they use their colors, as I've kind
Yeah.
of attacked Inter Miami for their lack of creativity with their pink, even though they finally started using it after like 3 years or whatever it was. And some teams who kind of shied away from their true colors. I think Madison always finds a way to actually to really embrace their bright colors. I think this kit's another example of them just leaning into the colors that they have, right? It can be a very useful tool in the box, and I think this kit amplifies that a little bit. So I'm gonna get right into the score of mine here since this was my pick for this week, and I didn't tell you the rundown, but I'll let you do your kits and whatever. So for the icebreaker kit, when it comes to its overall design and aesthetics, I love this. This is the type of creativity that is something that you don't see. Now, is it the best looking? Is it the most unique? Is it most trend setting? I don't know. That's up to you. But when it comes to something that I don't see and it's something that you can't easily replicate from a team to team, this is one of those things that I think of. And I love that. So, and I think the colors all blend well. And I think having the darker navy blue being on the cuffs and the collars look good to really make the pink and the lighter blue stand out. When it comes to a tradition, I gave it a 4 because this is what I think of Ford Madison. It's pink and it's blue for their away kit, and they're leaning into that. I think it looks good, it looks sharp. So, big fan of that there. So, when it comes to the visual details, this is where it starts to drop a little bit more. I didn't see a lot of details on the kit that can make me give it a higher grade. My goodness, my burps have been bad. Ugh. I gave it a 3 here because I didn't see anything extra on the details that I could really pin out. I like what they did with the ice. It's not all the same. Oh, what's the word? It's not like the same pattern throughout.
Yeah, it's not just
it's
like
not
an ice cube or something.
It's not like layered or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not like monotone throughout. So I did like that, but I didn't see anything outside of that. So I did. So I'm sticking with my 3 there. Now, when it comes to innovation, I gave it a 3 for innovation, but only because this didn't have the impact that I thought it would. When it comes to design, I thought it would do more given what they kind of done here, but the impact was less than I wanted it to. So I gave it a 3. And so this brings me out to a 3.75 for the Ford Madison Icebreaker kit.
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of the same thoughts. I gave some different scores though. Design and aesthetics, I agree with you. Like, I think this is interesting. It's cool. It's unique. I give it a 4. I feel like everything like looks nice on it. It's very Forward Madison. Hence, I actually gave this a 5 for authenticity. Again, like what I said when I first saw this, I'm like, that's a Forward Madison jersey. That's what I expect from Forward Madison. But back to what you said, execution. I gave it a 3. Visual details and execution. It just doesn't. It almost looks like Polaroid pictures that were like ripped on there.
Yeah.
Like they took pictures of different, like a blue and pink thing, and like put them on there and ripped it and stuff like that.
Right.
Like it's not. Again, I don't think this is ugly. I don't know. It just doesn't hit.
Maybe we're just extra picky now because we raised the bar for Madison. So I think we talked about this a little bit last year. Like we raised the bar for them, and I'm wondering if they're just at the fault of their own success.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they went like you go with the traditional ones. They got like their sashes, and stuff like that. Like so, I still see like those. I'm all good with. But then, like when they come out with their fun one, I felt like, all right, but it's not a drip kit, so I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to do
Right.
that, but that's one of the first things that you'll do.
Right.
Yeah. So impact, I mean, that's why I can't give this a 5 either. I give this a 4. I will say it's innovative. I feel like it's creative.
Hmm.
It's unique. Um, it's just the impact, just like you said. Like it's not gonna. I don't think this is gonna be one that people are gonna be like, oh, I remember 3 years ago with that icebreaker kit.
Right.
The yeah, but it
Hmm.
is something that's very Madison. Like I
Yeah.
still wouldn't mind having this. Like if it showed up
Oh,
in the door, like
I've been
I'm
needing
like
to add a Ford Madison kit back to my collection. It's been a few years since I've had one. This is high on my list.
trying to think. I have one. Oh, I have the like the '90s goalkeeper one.
Wait, I have three. I have the
Technically,
black
I have two.
goalkeeper. Yeah, I got
'Cause
three.
it's-
I actually got the drip kit. I
yeah.
have the black goalkeeper Hawaiian kit, and then
Hmm.
I have the supporters kit that they came out with a few years ago with all the main supporters on it. I forgot
Labarbera.
the. No, it was like all the names of the people. Actually, what
Oh,
wasn't the groups?
the
I can't
actual
remember.
human supporters.
Yeah, yeah, the actual humans behind it. So I've been meaning to add a little bit more splash of pink and blue to my collection, but
But yeah, so it's a strong 4 for me. Like I still really like this. It's still a nice Madison kit.
yeah,
It
and it
just
comes out to be a 3.88. As we've kind of said a few times, I think the bar generally has gone up in the USL, and I think seeing more better quality kits adds to a little bit of Madison being at fault for their own successes. So I think the bar being raised makes us maybe less like, ooh,
yeah.
when
If this came
Madison
out like
wins.
3 years ago or something like that, maybe 4 years ago,
Yeah.
this
But
might hit a lot
but
differently.
Hummels raised the bar, so credit to them where credit is due. And now, before we move on to the next kit here, just want to do the last little bit here for when it comes to bang for your buck, the value of this kit in regard to its price. It's listed at $90. And given that it's had a 3.88 score, this comes out with a very reputable 43.06 score. Not the highest we've seen, but it's not the highest of today. And that just shows the bang for your buck value today is good. So
Yeah.
this is a high value for your money. So next up, we are going to go here. We stop sharing. So up next, we're going to go to our next team. This time it's from the northern tundra of Madison and their winter fun up there, down to the paradise that is Sarasota, with their um, with their 2025 SRQ Classic kit. This is not some cool video with it, so this is a nice photo.
Didn't we rate this last week?
Oh, are you talking about the Miami FC kit?
The
No.
Miami FC kit. I just got
Mm-hmm.
super confused because Miami FC did this exact same kit, even though Sarasota has done this same style for the last like 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll give my initial thoughts. I actually really like what they did with this one.
Okay.
You'll see, I like the details that they did with it, how it goes through the sleeves. I love center badges. Can't
Each
stop, won't
one of
stop a
us.
center badge. This is an interesting take on a center badge, though, since it's
I will
like
say.
chest middle,
Yeah.
um, no sponsorship. So I like this kit. This might have to be a pickup. What is it? It's 90 though, isn't it?
80. 80.
80. Okay, not bad for a humble kit, but
No.
because humble, it's going to be good quality. But
Yeah.
I think their past years were a lot cheaper because they were a different brand.
Yes, and I can look them up here real quick while you continue speaking.
Should I just jump into my scores then?
Yeah.
All right. So sound and aesthetics, I think this is a 4 from me. I think there's there's cooler, there's prettier, and stuff like that. But this is a cool kit for me. Like I feel like I really like how this looks. Bang, 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 bang. Louisville City score. Sorry. All right. Sorry, Michael, if you're watching, I still love you. I don't think he's watching since I saw him commenting on the Discord.
Right, he's busy.
He's probably at the game. Authenticity and tradition. This is a 5 for me because I saw that's a Sarasota kit.
Yeah.
That's a Sarasota kit, and I feel like this is the best looking version of this kit thus far. Even though I could say like I've seen this kit 3 years in a row essentially, but this is the best version of this kit that I've seen so far. I really like this. Visual details and execution though, there's not really much details to it. This is kind of a plain. Like, yes, it is the horizontal stripes. Yes, it's something that's very theirs and very unique. But, nothing else around it going on.
Right.
So I couldn't give it much over that. Innovation and impact, though, I give it a 4. Mainly because, obviously, they must be innovative if other teams are trying to do. You know what I mean? Other teams are trying to copy it. Might as well... it's kind of proven that it's pretty innovative.
It must be if they keep doing it, right?
Yeah. So that I feel like this is going to be the issue is that this kit's going to, the authenticity is going to keep getting like a 5, and then innovation is just slowly going to move its way down since they kind of keep hitting the same look.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they do anything different with this style, but I really like the horizontal stripes going down the chest. I'm okay with it. So that's a solid 4 from me.
Okay. Yeah. So I did find it. Their old supplier was Podium Wear. And just for your reference, I hit the wrong button. So for your reference there, these were the previous kits. They didn't really deviate from their main design, and I'm okay with that, honestly. I think it is one of the more unique looking kits. They really haven't deviated.
That black kit from last year is exactly the same, except for the brand on the top.
Yeah, I think there's a slight difference when it comes to shoulders, so there's a slight newness to the current edition.
It has the Hummel.
They're sticking with it. I will say, to your point about this being your favorite, the 2024 away one's my favorite. I like the white better, but we're not here for that. But I just wanted to let you know that. But with this kit, what is a really nice feature that I didn't see at first was that it is still double striped in the middle, the 2 tonal greens. So you have the lighter green and then you have the darker green going right through the middle there. And I still love that little touch that they did there. But when it comes to scores, though, a little different. I do think this aesthetic is overall a sharp-looking kit. I like it, and this is how they describe it. This is, we have refreshed our primary Golf Midnight uniform again, centered on our signature multicolor Paradise stripe. That's what they're calling that pattern.
Paradise stripe.
This bold identity woven into Sarasota's unique urban palette differentiates our club from any other in the world. I will say that last part is true.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this, I only give it a 4 when it comes to its overall design aesthetics. But tradition, kind of what it alludes to, this is a 5 for me. This is Sarasota. To a fault or not, this is what I think of when I see Sarasota Paradise. And I'm hoping, I believe they're trying to make the jump up to League One. If they do that, they got to keep this. I hope they keep that.
They better keep this, yeah.
They better.
At least play with it.
Right. Or, something. So I hope this continues on because I love this for them. It's unique. And I think I'm not the biggest fan of center badges, as you tell if you watch the show, but I do like it. Not my style though, but what hurts this kit for me is the visual details. There are none. There are no visual details on this kit. Yeah, there's a Florida flag on the back. I don't count that as a detail. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's up with me today. And then there's the SRQ in the very bottom corner. I don't count that as a detail. If they would have maybe put that I think that's a tree branch or a wave. I don't know. That green thing in their crest. Maybe something in the background a little bit and just kind of played it
embossed, more embossing.
Embossed a little bit. Yeah, I know. I keep talking about that every week.
Dude, something like a t-shirt, and it literally just says the word embossed on it.
Embossed, and then embossed on it. Anyways, yeah, and I think that's where it hurts it, right? It doesn't have any details outside of that signature stripe. Now, for a home kit, I'm not too upset about that because I think the home kits are the home kit for a reason. It's what you come to expect. Now, the secondary and tertiary kits, play around with it, please.
Tertiary?
Tertiary.
Tertiary? You're a
Tertiary. Tertiary. It means third.
Yeah.
Fancy talk.
Third-terry.
Yeah. And then lastly, for innovation impact, something that Fox had alluded to, I gave this a 1 for the mere fact that this is barring the chevrons of Hummel at the top, this is the exact same kit in the last 2 seasons. Now, I'm okay with that for the home kit, and I'm going to reiterate this point home until we're done on the show. I'm going to keep pointing out that for a home kit, I'm okay with not changing a damn thing. Keep it the same for what works. Don't play around with it. Now, if you want to, you can, but don't play around if you don't have to. I'm looking at you, Loudon. Don't play around if you don't have to. Or Detroit even, who play around a little bit more than I like.
They're in Adidas. I don't count them.
You don't count them. But regardless, if it's your home kit and it looks good, don't play with what's good. So it gets a 1 from me there. So that really hurts the score and brings it down to a 3.0 for me with Fox's 4. It's a 3.5. This is a solid League 2 side when it comes to its looks. And I do expect to see something a little bit different for the away kit, given that the away kit has not been released yet. If they release this but white, why not release them at the same time? So
that's true.
Little tinfoil hat there. So and then lastly here, before we wrap up, the Sarasota Paradise kit. This is also a 43.75 kit value for only $80. This is a solid Hummel kit. You're not going to go wrong by purchasing this here. So this is a good kit, and well done, Sarasota. I'll be exciting to see what comes out for the rest of League 2 play, because you can't be wearing dark blue all year in the Florida sun. I'm sorry. All summer. That won't be good.
Why not?
Yeah, it's called the Sunshine State for a reason.
I don't know. Every time I go to Florida, it's raining, so I call shenanigans.
Call shenanigans. Anyways, what is raining a whole lot is my hometown of Indianapolis, and that's who we're going to for our next kit for tonight's show. And this one will be the 20, and this is one I've been calling for years for Indy to bring back, to actually do this. And they finally listened because of my peer pressure. No, I doubt that.
Yeah.
My hypothesis because of cups, so they want to not clash with other teams from all the cup play that's going on with the Open Cup and USL/Jägermeister Cup. But Indy 11 has released their racing Indy kit that, yes, the players will be wearing. So, sit back.
Finally, y'all keep coming out with like third jerseys and stuff like that, but they're never actually third jerseys. They're just like one-offs. And some of them don't even count as warm-ups. Like they just make a jersey.
Yeah, yeah. It's
why?
weird. It's complicated from what I understand. It's because the shop that distributes them, not Under Armour,
Right.
it has the capabilities to like just produce these kits. So they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it and be weird with it. Like the corn kit
Like
that we
corn,
saw.
yeah.
The Spider-Man kit, I think also that they did last year. So I'm glad that they put some of that into a third kit. So I'm really excited about this kit. Yes, it looks oddly familiar like the BYB kit, and I'll bring that up here during the video. But please sit back and watch this video. And I'm gonna actually.
Baseline bundle, 90 degree aside the right angle. I got my hand on my handle, life in a gamble, cable scandal. My brother got monster think I'm blending like Randall. I think I'm a monster drink. I unleash the beast with no monster drink. Keep my eyes open like it costs a blink. Man, no, my baseline bundle, 90 degree aside the right angle. I got my hand on my handle, life in a gamble, cable scandal. My brother got monster think I'm blending like Randall. I think I'm a monster drink. I unleash the beast with no monster drink. Keep my eyes open like it costs a blink.
All right, so that is the racing. Okay, it's technically the Back in Black kit. I think I named it the Racing Indy kit. Whatever. So this is the Racing Indy kit. Now, if you watched from a few weeks ago, I think that this is just mere coincidence that that the BYB also did a black kit. Indy does black kit. BYB does black kit. They have checkers. BYB has checkers. Coincidence? Probably. But it also looks damn good in both. So, shout out to Jason for the BYB kit working with Equip Studios. But, so, but this Racing Indy kit though. Oh yeah, and also another little fun little jab that I keep seeing in BYB chat is that the Indy 11 also did photos at the Brickyard as well as the BYB. So all I'm going to say is I think both are very creative, and I think they know Indianapolis. Both groups do, because when you look at this kit and you look at the BYB kit that I talked about, they both to me scream Indianapolis and something that I want out of a kit. I love this kit. So before I get onto my soap opera here, thoughts. What are your initial thoughts as someone who wears more purple?
I'm wearing a black kit right now too, actually.
Okay.
But I like it when teams utilize black and utilize it well. I like that they use like the smoke of the tire screens, the tire smoke, to do it. I was thinking more of like, was it the asphalt with tire tracks and stuff like that? But either way, I do like this kit. If you're an Indy fan, I think it's worth the $95. Honestly, even if you're not. If you're a Louisville fan, maybe it's worth the $95 to burn or something. But like, it's a nice kit. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's ugly and dumb and stuff like that. Like, could they have added some color? Like, I still personally actually like the BYB kit more than I like this kit. And it's cheaper. So like, you know, if I was like forced to get an indie themed kit, because I know it's not an indie kit, I would get the BYB kit personally.
I won't be against
that.
that.
Louisville City Gold. Fill up a good one. Sorry. All right. So yeah, I feel like, is that the first goal from Phil this year? He has been very quiet.
Yeah.
But anyways. Not distracted at all. Very professional, very demure. So I'll jump into my scores. Design and aesthetics. I think this is a 4. I like what we see. I like what they did. I just feel like there could have been more. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah.
some pop of the red and the blue in there would have been nice. I don't know, just something else. Just like that's why this is one of my favorite Louisville kits. It's the black. It's a blackout kit, but then it kind of gradiates to purple as you go down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's purple at the bottom, but it has like the pops of the purple and the Adidas and the stuff like that has pops of purple throughout. I feel like pops of red or blue, probably red, honestly, because
Yeah.
kind of like actually we keep talking about equipped, but like what they did with the goalie kits from both the West Seattle teams. There's the black with the red pop details. And I feel like that would have been super nice on this kit.
I would agree. I'll show you when it's in my
Okay. Authenticity and tradition. I also gave a 4, and I feel like this should be more of a tradition. I feel like it hasn't been, and it needs to be. So it's a 4 for me for now, and I hope it gets more because I want to see. This is how I feel like I want to see more derby stuff from Louisville. We actually have. I don't even know if they're even warm-up cups or warm-up jerseys, but they have like jerseys that they sell for the derby. And I have last year's, and it has like the purple roses on it. And they have this year's. It's kind of more abstract. It's okay. I thought about buying it. They sell it at Kroger. Just like it.
It's official enough then.
Yeah, and that's always the thing too. Like this one, at least it's like the same brand. Like Louisville would come out with these warm-ups, and it's not even official. Like they came out with the official brand jerseys this year.
Yeah.
Through for the collab with My Morning Jacket. Like those are cool. Now I know that that's a fashion brand though.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not like a actual soccer jersey.
Right.
So like I know what I was coming into when I see those jerseys. But like that's nice that like this is essentially it's a collab. It's not an official collab, but it's kind of a collab with the 500 with the Brickyard.
Yeah.
So visual details. I mean, I can't poop on it. It's a 5. Everything fits well. There's enough execution in there that I like it. And innovation, I give a 4 just because we've seen racing kits from them before, from y'all before, but they're utilizing their checkers, they're utilizing everything that they should be utilizing.
Yeah.
Geez, crossbar saved.
All
right, so that's a 4.25 from me. Good job, Andy. Good job.
Yeah, honestly, as much crap as I give Under Armour for their sizing issues, yes, they're not very accessible if you're larger.
Yeah, and what's the quality of this kit?
So for the most part, the quality is okay. I don't mind it. It does fit well, but it is also a supplemented kit. So you take that with what you can there. It is quite breathable. It's quite a lightweight material. So it's not one of those, what I'm trying to say, like one of those like cheap supplemented kits that you can sometimes get that aren't very breathable at like those Sunday League kits outside of like, some of the better ones that I've started to see pop up, like those old ones where they're cheap. They still feel professional from that perspective. I just wish they weren't so supplemented, but that's just a personal preference.
From a championship team, I feel like we have a little bit higher expectations.
Yeah, a little bit. But, and especially for a championship team, yeah, like you said. So, but what I wanted to point out is kind of that last point that you brought up about the tradition part. Yes, I completely agree with you. We've done this in the past. And with the need to have color, because this is my favorite racing indie kit, is one on the screen.
I like that one.
This one is perfect. I am so upset that I didn't buy this back in 20.
What is that? Adidas? Who made that?
It was Adidas. I don't know why they're not on here, but it was Adidas, and it was worn by the players. this was one of the last times that Indy even did that. Was with this kit, and it's one of the best looking kits. Period. It's my favorite, and I'm so upset I didn't get it. So
Yeah, I like that kit.
Yeah, it's simple, right? And so when I see this new kit, which again I still think is amazing, it is everything that I am looking for as an indie native indie fan. I just want there to be a splash of color because like that one just had the red, white, and blue stripes. That's it. There was no other color. It looked really good. But this is really good looking for what it is. And I'm not going to compare it to past kits because that's just unfair to it. Because this kit is everything that it's too much right down below. It's a 5. It's perfect score. It's perfect for me. Because this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that checkered flag / brickyard combination put into the middle. I'm happy Indy 11 went with the they changed their color of their crest to match it. Not something that you really see from the 11. A lot of times they like their red and blue checkered Lady Liberty crest stand out, and I'm okay with that. But here they actually are willing to play with it, which I'm okay.
Yeah,
Go with
see
it.
that.
You don't from them. And even Ford, which I don't know how nice they are, but they even changed their iconic blue to be blackened. Again, we don't talk about sponsors, but it just helps fit the aesthetic of this kit, which is more that of like a blackout kit. And there aren't really any of those for indie. And I think I'm okay with that for this kit, and that's why this is still a 5 for me. It's new for indie fans. This is a cool experience, and as you mentioned, the tire marks thrown in, that smoke from it is a beautiful touch. I'm definitely a big fan, and if you are an indie fan, hey, just let me know if you want this because I also have a season ticket. This season ticket discount save you like 15% off. You don't want to pay that $95. So that is quite steep. But no, I don't know what else to say about this kit. I need a black Indy 11 kit. Yes, I know I have this kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. I need a black Indy 11 kit. And this might be that one. Even though the home kit's grown on me, maybe I buy both. I don't know. But this kit is flawless. I'm happy Indy 11 is back to doing third kits, and I'm happy it's this kit. So.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I've been the one.
I breathed in the water.
See, you're over there dying from choking on water, and I'm like hiccuping, coughing on and off and on. So it's been one of those days for us.
Yeah. Just another day in paradise.
But before I move on, very last little bit here from the Indy 11 Racing Indy kit. This is a kit rating, even though this is $95, a still solid bang for your buck, given the design.
Actually, I think no, it's not the best of today. It is second place of today, though.
By a wide margin, and we'll get to that here when we get to it. This is a 48.68 kit value, so it's better than the Madison, better than Sarasota. This is a good pickup if you want a good quality kit, and I can guarantee you this is going to sell out. I saw a lot of people have been talking about this kit, so well done, Indy. Please send it to me for free. Anyways, I had to get that in there.
But who likes being subtle?
Not me. Up next here, speaking of subtle, this is one of the, how do I phrase this? One of the more subtle, really good looking teams in the USL. I think they're one of the teams who are consistently well designed with their kit game, and they recently rebranded to mixed reviews.
To a baseball team.
And this is a really nice, well done kit. And so this is the Richmond Kickers. Shoot. I pressed the wrong button. The Richmond Kickers Cup kit. So please watch this little brief video.
Today's live and uninterrupted prime special event coverage of the US Open Cup.
A very prestigious competition. It's gone on since 1914.
Great defensive play. Oh!
He scores and it's over.
The shot is scores! The Richmond Kickers have done it.
So this kit once again pays homage to the 1995 US Open Cup winning Richmond Kickers. Richmond loves to do this. They love to throw nods to their Open Cup victory because not a lot of USL teams, if I'm not mistaken, there aren't any USL teams who have
To my
won.
knowledge, this is the only lower league I can think of.
That's not like an amateur at this point. Like I know there are quite a few like northeastern teams that have won Open Cups, but they're all pure amateurs at this point or semi-pro, and they play in the Open Cup. But Richmond, I love this from them. Every single season, they bring this up, and I love it. I love it. It's just like, hey, we did something, y'all didn't. And it looks good too, right? Like
we were talking before. I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but then like you look at the detail of the front chest right there, and it has that old USA soccer ball logo, and you don't know that it's soccer unless there's a soccer ball on there. That's how you know that it's soccer.
That's the thinking, right?
Yeah. I mean, how do you know that the Atlanta Hawks is a basketball team if it wasn't holding a basketball? So otherwise, I'm like,
Baseball.
So this is really cool. Now, I should say, like the rebranding, I missed the Roo. I need more Roo. But that's why, is that 3 years ago? God, we've been doing this show forever. But when they came out with the green jerseys,
oh yeah,
like they came out with essentially the 90s jerseys, and those were sick because they were the Kangaroos again, and that's the Richmond Kickers I love. I'm not saying that their new rebranding is bad or ugly. It's just one, honestly, it's very baseball. It has that old English lettering. I'm like, again, it's not ugly looking or bad. It's very baseball, and it's very modern and boring at this point.
Yeah.
So like, you keep seeing all these teams who keep rebranding. Like even Louisville's rebrand. Like again, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's ugly. If that's what we started off with, I would have been so hyped. But we had such an interesting badge, and then we went with the simpler one and the modern one, and that's what they did.
And then the one that you don't talk about.
Oh yeah, that one first. Just because you don't understand four-sided triangles doesn't mean that it was bad. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's really fun because I just gave a test about shapes. And I did not bring that up. They wouldn't get it. They're 7. So anyways, you want me to jump in my score or do you want to jump in yours?
Just before you do so, I just wanted to say, this kit, it's a cup kit. I love it. It's fun. It's a fun homage. I like it when teams lean into their history, because as I always keep repeating, there is a lot of history in U.S. soccer and in the teams, especially teams that have been around for a while. Mm-hmm. Charleston's one of them. Richmond's one of the giants who've been around forever, and obviously they have a U.S. Open Cup title to their name. I love that. Lean into it. And a phrase that I'd always say, keep American soccer weird. Keep it unique. And I think leaning into the kangaroo is one of those unique, fun things, besides our teams having nicknames in the names. If you already got it, just lean into it, made it unique and embraced that history. But that's just my initial thoughts on the Richmond kicker. So, Fox, how'd you go?
Cool. Design and aesthetics. It's a solid 4 from me. I like what they did here. I like the kind of old school cuffs on there. It's very clean looking. It's very nice. Could there have been more? Probably. Authenticity and tradition. This is where I went down a little bit. I gave it a 3, just because this doesn't scream Richmond kickers to me. Does it scream cool 90s kit? Yeah. But like I was even in hand, I said, well, it's kind of a traditional kit. You know, it has the cool cuffs. It has the stuff that makes it like old school. Yes, it does. But does that mean it's a Richmond jersey? No. If it had kangaroos kicking a soccer ball, yes. That's Richmond. Or even something about the actual city of Richmond or Virginia or anything. It's Richmond, Virginia, right? Okay.
Yes.
Make sure it's the right Richmond. I know it's not Richmond, Kentucky. Go EKU.
Or Indiana.
There's a Richmond, of course. There's probably every state's a very common name.
No. In Indiana, it's weird. We have a lot of other state city names in our state.
Yeah, a lot of states have all. There's Louisville, Louisiana, and stuff like that.
Oh.
So
We got Brazil and Miami. And Peru. And
Baghdad.
Mexico.
There's a Baghdad, Kentucky. There's Mexico, Missouri.
There's also Mexico, Indiana.
Yeah.
I love that.
Paris, Kentucky. Versailles, which is Versailles. But anyways, so yeah, I got a 3 for that. Visual details and execution, I just don't feel like it hit hard. So it's a 4 for me. I don't know what they could, maybe a collar or something else that made it more 90s.
A sucker for color we are.
I am a sucker for a color. Is this Hummel?
Yes, you can see the chevrons.
Yeah. Do you know what would have made this even more 90s? Chevrons go all the way down the sleeves. Not just shoulders. I want full 90s Hummel. Even if it was full sleeve, one long sleeve, going all the way down. Very Kappa. And I've been looking for a good Kappa jersey, even a jacket.
Yeah.
From the 90s, early 2000s, with the 2 lads just sitting back to back, tired from playing some footy, wearing their Kappa.
Their Kappa gear.
Kappa gear. The best of the best. Anyways, innovation and impact. I don't think we're going to be talking about this in the future, but it is. I like what they did. I like how they're utilizing the logos of the past 90s soccer logos and stuff like that. So it was a 4 for me for innovation and impact.
Okay. Yeah. So that gave you a 3.75. I'm a little bit below, but essentially the same thing as Fox here. When it comes to design and aesthetics, normally I'm a sucker for white kits. So I'm sorry that I didn't give this a 4, but I gave it a 3. I wanted there to be more to this kit, but it is a third kit and it's white, so I do like the overall look, but I couldn't give it more than a 3 for design and aesthetics. However, I did give it a 5 for its authenticity and tradition, for the sole reason they're leaning into their history. They're leaning into it hard, not just Richmond's history, but US soccer history with that old school logo, that soccer ball flying on the chest. I absolutely love that. It deserves a 5 for that in regards. In terms of its visual details, I love that they threw I see it here on the screen, the 1995 trophy, essentially, on the back of the collar, on top of the soccer ball in the background. I gave it a solid 4, plus the tri-colored piping on the cuffs, which I'm starting to learn I'm a sucker for tri-colored or multicolored cuffs. I'm a sucker for it now.
Yeah.
And this kit shows that off again. So I give it a 4 for those reasons, but for its innovation and impact, I only gave it a 2. this is essentially a white throwback kit with vibes of the 90s. There's nothing innovative about it. They didn't do anything creative with the 90s vibe, not like what we saw with the German kits with their modernized, that little V stripe thing that they did. I can't remember what it was. I don't know what that pattern is, but that was a modern take on an old classic. This didn't do this, but still had those 90s vibes. So it only got a 2 for me. So this is a 3.5 from me with a 3.63 total for the Richmond Kickers, the Cup kit, with a solid value of a 40.28, which is really good. So I want to emphasize that anything above a 40 is solid kit value for a kit on the show.
Yeah,
all of them have been.
Yeah, I don't think we've had nothing that's been a bad value.
Besides the next one, and we'll get into a reason why that is.
But the last one is nice.
So, yeah, that is the Cup kit from the Richmond Kickers. It keep leaning into that U.S. Open Cup history because they're the only ones who have won it. A little shots out to Indy and Sacramento, who were the closest in recent years to actually doing it. So keep rubbing it in their faces.
Technically, Cincinnati wasn't too long ago. They were in the Final Four.
Yes.
Louisville, I think we were in the Elite Eight.
Yes.
Everything is NCAA terms for me.
Same.
We were in the Elite Eight one year. Maybe it was just Sweet 16, but we don't really go deep into it. I think that's why we do so well in the regular season.
No, I know. It's weird. I expect Louisville to be better.
Yeah, I think we try to. Like, I've never sit there. Like, I used to go to those games because, especially in like 2019, because that was the year when I was trying to save up money to come move to St. Louis.
Yeah.
And essentially every weekend I was driving to St. Louis to, help figure out our house and our wedding and everything like that.
All that jazz.
I wasn't available to go to all my. I was the season ticket holder still, but I wasn't really available to go out to all my games. So those Wednesday, Tuesday games at home at the Lynn Family Park at the University of Louisville, those were always dope. But we always still had like our starting lineup.
Yeah.
Playing, like and I still remember when we went out against Revolution. I was like, we're gonna win 2-1, and then they scored. I'm like, that was just our one. And then freaking Brian Ownby over here just powering through, getting that second goal at the end. But like, that's what makes the Cup so cool. And so we need more Cups. I'm still trying to figure out a way I can convince my wife to let me go to the St. Louis versus Union Omaha game. And like, I don't even know if I'm gonna wear St. Louis gear.
Just
honestly.
show up. Just be there.
Yeah. Because like, I want to watch Omaha play. I want to see how they do against St. Louis. We've had a year, so Omaha's a really good League One team. So let's see, how big is that gap? You know what I mean? Like, we got a really good League One team, and we got a meh MLS team. We have a strong defense. We just have zero offense. Do you know who we need in St. Louis? Jamie Vardy.
Yeah,
Jamie Vardy from St. Louis, bro.
He's not German, so he's not going there.
Yeah.
He's not German enough.
He didn't play in the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga. The
That's
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
Anyway.
There's a D in there now. But anyways.
Speaking of American botched accents of something, I'm going to go with the
Charlotte?
Independence. The Independence of Charlotte. I don't know where that was.
Yes, Charlotte, you have bad accents.
Okay.
At least if we're saying the accents, it's probably wrong. I don't even know what a Charlotte accent is.
Okay, you know what? All right, you know what? I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna move. I don't even know.
I feel like it would be like fancy Southern people.
Charlotte Independence or Independence.
Independence.
In the pants. I'm sorry.
In the pants.
So this is the Charlotte Independence home kit, which honestly, I didn't come up with a cool name for this one. I'm kind of disappointed in myself here.
The Harbor kit. Wait.
Wait.
No.
The Harbor kit? Okay. I see what you're doing. Nah.
No, this is more of a
Close.
pinstripe. The other one was more of a stripe.
Yes, but this one, it's more of a classic blue. You know what? I'm going to call that. Classic blue kit. Classic blue. Yes, we have two classics tonight. Two classic blue kits. So, with this kit, yes, if you are looking here, I'm not on the team website because they're not selling them on the team website, but they're official jerseys. Charlotte, what are you doing?
Yeah, what you doing, bro? What you doing? Capelli?
You got 3 kits too. You got 3. You got the cup kit and the away kit.
They've been good looking lately too. Like,
what are you doing?
I don't get what. Like, I know we've talked about ownership and that it's, let's let's relegate ourselves so we can save some money. And then they started putting effort into the jerseys. And like, I feel like people would want this jersey.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I wouldn't mind having this kit. It's a good looking kit. It's very American traditional soccer. Or even, that's not even American jersey. Like, that's a very traditional soccer jersey.
With
I can see that in Europe.
With a retro badge, even.
Right.
And yes, it's a home kit, and I have issues with them using a retro badge, but this still looks really good looking.
I like this badge better than their home badge. This needs to be their badge. This is the rebranding I'm here for.
Right? Like, you take the essential element and then you simplify it, and this is that.
Yeah, they still have the horse.
Yes.
And Paul Revere, right? Is it Paul Revere?
Yes. Paul Revere.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like,
C.
yeah, and then throw a nice C on there, but like making it monocolor like that, this is what their badge should be. Their normal badge is not to my preference. Is the nice way to say it?
Yes, and also this kit though, unfortunately, isn't up to most of our preferences. No, it's not mine. And you know what? I'm gonna get right into it because this kit isn't my preference. At least when it comes to the logo design. Yeah.
You do you, bro.
Yeah. When it comes to its overall design, I think this is a very simple kit. When it comes, I think so. It's clean looking. It's 3. It's clean. It's nothing inherently wrong with it. I like the gold. I'm always a fan of gold, especially gold accents. I think it looks so sharp. I prefer Vegas gold. It's such a good color gold. Or like the cream that a Vermont green used, which is a solid color. But as much as I call this a classic blue kit, this doesn't provide me with authenticity or tradition. So it's a 3 from me. I mean, it's a blue kit. I expect that from them. And they're gold, but like it doesn't give me anything else to tell me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have any details at all, just pinstripes. So this is a solid 2 for me when it comes to details. And once again, there's 0 innovation in this. So I did a 1 from there. So this is a 2.25 from me. Don't say you changed your score.
No, I just wanted to see what would happen. Okay. Because we can give zeros, and I forgot that we can give zeros.
Yes.
That there are zeros in our rubric. So, because I felt the same. Overall, I feel the same way. The only thing I would change is design and aesthetics. This is aesthetically pleasing to me. Especially if you are a connoisseur of retro traditional jerseys, you will love this kit. Like, this is why, like, the Harbor kit is one of my favorite kits too. The score won't say that, but like, I really like that from West Seattle. This is very similar. I've actually been really into like the pinstripe look lately. And I think it's because I'm looking at all these old Kappa jerseys.
Yeah. No, you were telling me you just browse classic football shirts when you're bored.
Oh yeah, I am not a good teacher. No, I do it during my planning.
Lunch?
Yeah, my planning. I sit there and just go through classicfootballshirts.co.uk. If we can get a sponsorship from them, I would be set. Uh,
Yeah, we did all the kits.
you could buy an Equip jersey on there.
Oh yeah, the Manila Mahaka.
Yeah,
I think I said that right.
it's more right than what I would say. So, but yeah, actually, I have a Forward Madison jersey on my birthday list, and it's through their website. Like I think they had to deal with Hummel or something because they have a whole lot of just Hummel jerseys that were like USL. Hummel
like
jerseys.
Ozark United was on there, and I think
they have One Knox. Oh, actually, I got my One Knox jersey from there.
And also RIP. The Green Bay Voyagers were actually sponsored by Classic Football shirts, so probably a deal.
You can still buy those jerseys on there. So, anyways, so I really do like this style a lot, but as we're talking about authenticity and tradition, I don't know that this is a Charlotte Independence jersey. They have not done this before. This isn't something that I'm like, okay, like Liverpool comes out with a red jersey. Yes, it's a boring jersey. Yes, it's just a red jersey, but that's a Liverpool jersey.
Right.
Or even they came out with or hell, Seattle comes out with this green jersey. I still agree, that's a Seattle jersey. It's just the pinstripes, and it's just green with the pinstripes, but that's a Seattle jersey to me. Or even the Atlanta United, same thing. They came out with the red and black stripes. I know that's Atlanta. It's a boring traditional style, but I still see that. Charlotte has not done this before. I don't believe that this is Charlotte. But this is clean looking. I like it visually. But authenticity and tradition, it's a 3 from me. Visual details, I agree with what you're saying. I give it a 4 because of execution. I think they hit well for what they have, but I agree 100% with what you're saying. They don't have much. But what they had, they hit hard with. So other ones, I feel like they had more. They just didn't hit, so they got a 4. This one had less, but it did hit, so it got a 4.
I'm following along.
It's a 4 minus, and the other one's got 4 pluses.
Right.
But innovation is a 1. And I was checking to see if I could give it a 0, and I could. But this, if they continue on with this traditional look, I'm down for it. But I don't think this is going to have the impact or anything special in the future. Maybe in the future, people are like, oh, look at this very traditional kit. It's very cool. I want a clean jersey to wear to a formal event or something. But it doesn't even have a collar. If this had a collar, this would, well, 1, it would be the hardware kit. But then 2,
it'd be a lot better.
It would be
a gold collar.
Maybe. I'm just thinking white, but
I mean, white wouldn't fit the color, but
everything is the stripes gold.
Yeah, it's all gold.
Well, it looks white.
That's gold. All gold.
Okay.
Regardless, a collar.
Is
please.
the armor underarm? I said armor. Is the underarm black, or is that just shadowing?
That's just shadowing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat. But yeah, innovation is 1, so it got a 3.25 from me,
and a 2.75 overall. And for this kit, as I had mentioned earlier, there is no kit value because you can't buy it online.
It's a 0 value.
What is up with that? Anyways.
Okay, Seinfeld.
Wait, what?
It's like all of his shows. What's up with that?
No. I must be too young for a Seinfeld joke.
My knee hurts.
Same.
Yeah, but I ran a
marathon. Just less. Yeah, I walked. I didn't.
Well, I walked half of a marathon because of my knee, but I still finished.
Absolute menace running as much as you did. I can't believe you. But speaking of menaces, we are going to our final kit. Thank you. We're going to go to our final kit here, and that is due to the Des Moines Menace and what I have dubbed the Red Prism kit. Now, this one is a solid kit, and honestly, I'm happy Olive and York is getting into the kit game. I think I said this last year when they released some kits. I think it was for them as well.
Yeah.
I'm happy
They've
they're
been
actually
with Des Moines for a little bit now.
yeah,
And I
and
really wish I got the Flaming Hot Cheeto kit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that now. But like, I'm just happy that they're starting to branch out into the professional four-way, and I'm starting to see more independent, smaller brands pop into the USL landscape. I'm talking about our friends at Equip there, Olive and York, Diaza, Capelli, Admiral, Stimulus. Like, I love this all across the league. It's not just Adidas, Puma, or Nike, Hummel. Hummel's even getting to that point where it's a big brand. In the US, it's yeah. So I'm happy to see that. Now, however, before we rate this kit, I actually like the away kit better because it has white. There's my sucker for a white kit come out. But that's not why we're here. It's not why we're here. So, Fots, do you want to go first on this kit?
Yeah, I chose this kit.
No, you didn't. Wait, did you? Oh, you did.
Yeah, punk. Coming at. I wanted to do this one and the Charlotte one.
No.
And you did forward, or is this my fan vote one?
This was
my fan vote.
Yes. This was fan vote number
Sarasota.
2.
Sarasota and Charlotte.
Yes. So if you didn't realize tonight, we had 2 fan votes. This Des Moines Menace Red Prism kit, and then the Indy 11 Racing Indy kit. So those were our 2 fan votes. So
yeah. So Des Moines. First of all, I'm excited because they're coming up to St. Louis at the end of May, and that's cool. So hopefully, I get a chance to go see them.
Maybe.
Hoping my wife will let me out. But design and aesthetics, I'll be honest, it's kind of busy. I did give it a 3. It gives you that cool classic 90s look, but this is the part of the 90s that was a little too much at points. And so that part gave it a 3. But otherwise, authenticity and tradition, though, this one I gave a 4 because I feel like the Menace keeps doing stuff like this and keeps coming out with old school looking stuff. Like they even changed their badge to the screaming soccer ball.
They're leaning into the 90s. If there's one
Richmond should have been doing.
If there's one team that I know of right now in the USL who is leaning into the 90s persona, it's Des Moines.
Yeah.
They're leaning to be that 1990s team at this point. And
I mean, look at the players that they're
yeah, they were in their primes in the 90s.
Yeah, what now? Bradley Wright Phillips. No, I'm hoping, like, I'm pretty sure that they only signed them for the cup.
Yes, that's.
But I was really hoping, like, maybe they can come down to St. Louis too and get everybody. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I know it's not going to happen. But here's hoping. Visual details and execution, though, I feel like it hit hard. They got what they got, and they just threw it at you. So that was a 5 for me, because I think it's the execution part of it more gave it that 5.
Yeah.
Innovation and impact, it's a 4. It's unique. It's interesting. I don't know if it's going to get further than that, though. I feel like the impact, is it going to keep going like this? Maybe. But I don't know. Next year they're probably going to just do something completely different. So, actually, we've already seen their Pred kits come out, and they're nothing like this at all. So,
no, nor their
the 4 new because they have the United Against Racism kits too.
Yes. So they released 2 player kits and 2 goalkeeper kits,
Yeah.
which solid. Love to see it. More kits, more for us to talk about. So, yeah. So thoughts that from you is a 4.0, which I think is a pretty solid score for
Pretty
this
solid.
team. I'm a little bit harsher, as I usually am here on the show. If you look at the rankings for the entire season, Fox is 3.56. I'm a 3.44. So if you've been following along, that kind of made sense. But when it comes to design and aesthetics, this just doesn't fully vibe with me. This is a 3 for me. I like what they're doing with the collar. I like how it has that what is it? Like they're like the pattern that's on the cuffs is also on the collar. I do like that. And I think it does look good. I still like the white better. I think the black is just way too 90s. I think you nailed it on the head. It's a lot of people like the 90s kits because they were probably growing up in that age during that era. I was just born late in the 90s and I never liked the style of the 90s.
Yeah.
For that reason. So I didn't like that, but it's authenticity, it's tradition. At this point, they have a red kit. It's fun. It's that old school vibe. It is what I come to expect from Des Moines. So I give it a 4 there. When it comes to that, it's visual details and execution. As I said, it's kind of busy. It's not my full style, but I do like the details on the collar and the cuff. So I give it a solid 3. It's a solid 3 there, with finally the innovation being a 3, because I kind of forgot about this kit. So until Fox brought it up.
Yeah.
So it's a 3.25 for me, I think, overall, with what they're doing, given that they've kind of done this a few times with this kind of older school vibe. I don't know how much impact that would even have. It's a little bit limited. Just I think if you're gonna miss out this year, they'll probably release something similar-ish next year. Especially for a home kit. So this is a 3.25 for me. This is a 3.63 overall for the team here tonight. However, that's not the highlight of this kit, though. The highlight of this kit here is that we have KitSZN history tonight. For once, a team's kit value when it comes to should you buy this is higher than the price itself. And this is at full sale value. So the kit value for this Des Moines kit is a 65.91 with the retail price being $55.
And I feel like the best part is you can get this kit with some of the MLS's most like top tier players historically. Like you can get a Bradley Wright Phillips jersey, and I don't think it's like much different than 55. Maybe it's $60 or something like that. Maybe 65. Like they're not, like I like getting names and numbers on the back of jerseys now because I feel like one, you could tell a story like, oh, this is my favorite player. Two, a lot of the top faces.
60, by the way.
It's 60. Yeah, like I would rather throw down the $5. Let's hear. I'm gonna put 60 in that real quick. It's still 60.42.
It's still higher.
It's still higher, about 42 cents. So like I would rather get my name and number on the back, not my name, but like a player's name and number. Because a lot of teams have different fonts and brandings that they use. Some of them have different like logos. We were looking at one that had like a dragon and the numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that, or like I know Man City keeps coming out with like their special fonts for different competitions. So stuff like that I think is really cool. So like to get like a big name player, with the name and number on the back, like even if they get traded, there's still that player. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to buy a Miami jersey. unless it has Messi on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just gonna buy a regular Inter Miami jersey for no reason. It has to have Messi.
I am a sicko, and I'll buy a kit for basically any team at this point. I have a weird obsession. So
yeah,
that's me though.
I'm sending you kids from Indonesia. Like
Indonesia.
I don't even know why I pronounced it that way. I said it really wrong. But like I found these kits on again classic football kits or classic football shirts, sorry, and from Indonesia, and they're like $35, and they're just full art. They're just pure art. They're beautiful. But yeah, for $55 or $60, this is an easy pickup for me. And all of New York does make a good jersey. Like, they made ours for the USL show.
They did. I also have Biscayne. I also have 2 Biscayne Bay kits. You know, the historical Miami team. Not historical. The fictional Miami team down there in Biscayne Bay. I also have the Chubby Pigeons as well.
The Chubby.
So you're doing some solid quality, and I'm gonna just reiterate this one more time. The kit value is higher than what you will pay. That is as if you're gambling and you're going to at least make more money, guaranteed. If you're looking for value, not any loyalty to a team, but for value, this is an automatic home run. Like, I don't know if we didn't rate this high. If this would have been high,
get a good score.
It's a 3.6.
I mean, 3.6. It's a good score. I'm not saying it's a bad score.
No,
but the Richmond got the exact same score actually,
and it's a 40, and it's a 40 value
versus the 65 value.
Half. Yeah, so you could buy this. And probably another kit if you find like some last year's kits on sale for like $20. And you'll be swimming home. So this is crazy good value. I think we've had higher value kits. I think there's been one. But when it comes to relativeness to its price, this is crazy. This is definitely something I am going to pick up. Because this is cheap. It's going to be the white one, but I'm going to pick it up at some point. Because this is too good of a deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's tonight's kits. We had 6 kits for y'all tonight from all across the USL, and soon we're going to be picking up some more USLW kits.
Yeah.
Because that's the fun time of the year right now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start going through all the teams again.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I've been slowly trying to do it, so hopefully the list that I have on our spreadsheet isn't
too far off.
Isn't too far off?
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you do find others, I can throw in their thing. But yeah.
I will give this. So if anybody's watching and stuff like that, what I do is I go through literally every team in the USLW, and I will see if they have a shop.
Yeah.
And then I will, we'll look at the kit. Now, if it's just a basic like Puma kit, like it's just a Puma stripe or a Puma, we are not going to worry about it.
No. And the only reason we rated Charlotte's is they're not selling it is because they are a professional team.
They are a USL.
And we hold them to a higher standard, and they're on TV. So we can get photos of them a lot easier. There's still stuff I've talked about them. Lower that went to the semi-pro with the League 2 and the W, that's just a little bit more difficult unless you're selling it or advertising it.
Yes, and we do the same thing with League 2. I need to actually go through all of those again because, I mean, like the Ambush, actually, we could talk about the Ambush now, but I don't know what jersey they're using.
Yeah, so if I were you, I would wait until end of May because that's when all the kits should have been released by then since the season here starts in May. Teams should have all their stuff released by that time, by the end of May. So we should have a complete list of kits because we currently have 52 on our docket at the moment for you lovely people to talk about. So, and that's without going through and digging up kits all across the semi-pro division. So
that's not even all of them.
and any special third hits that come up, which are going to be fun. So, but speaking of fun, I'm going to end here tonight's episode with my favorite segment that I almost forgot last week.
It's the kid show off time. It's the
kid
kid
show off.
show up time.
So I'm gonna go first here because I'm pretty excited about this kit. This is what I'm calling the grassy oak kit from AFC Ann Arbor. It's last year's secondary kit with every with the percentage of the kits going to the Ann Arbor Foundation for the trees up there in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I love everything that Ann Arbor does. It's also made by our friends at Diaza's, which is good fitting quality. I have 2 now kits of Ann Arbor. I love the team. The team's dope. I love their kits. And they just released some new ones for this upcoming season. So, yeah, I'm glad I got this one from last year because I wanted it earlier, but they sold out. So, happy to rock this one here tonight. And this year is actually a bit of a gold. It's not a white, the trim here. So, again, I love me a little bit of gold, a little bit of a cream. So happy to this kit. And my wife liked it, so that's a plus for me. So,
I like it too, if that helps.
Everyone likes it. What you rocking tonight, my friend?
Man, I had to rock the Louisville with one. I was just there this last weekend, running just a couple 26.2 miles, just to get out, see the city.
And what's ironic here? Sorry, as he mentioned this, I went to St. Louis to watch the football game because my brother is a fitness coach in the UFL. And so I went to go to St. Louis game, and this man leaves. And then what's so funny, when we get to St. Louis, there's a marathon going on in downtown St. Louis. So instead of running in downtown with me, or not with me, when I'm watching him.
Yeah, you gonna run?
No, I'm not going to run. I die after 2 miles. And this man decided to go running in Louisville instead and ditches me. I'm kidding. But just a happy, funny coincidence.
Yeah, I will say that was a half marathon that was happening in
St. Louis.
St. Louis. So
Oh, it was only a half marathon. Sorry, I just saw people running and me judging them. So I don't care how long.
But yeah, no, this is the 2017 kit that came out. It was one of our first blackout kits. Nice. Still one of my favorites. This is back before we had a star. And it is a template, and it kind of goes down into the purple as it fades.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's good.
So it's a good clean black kit. It has the purple,
accents at the top.
Accents with and this is actually really nice too. It's kind of like that breathable fabric in there.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll be honest, like I ran in my Puma kit. That's what I ran the marathon in the Puma Louisville kit that they sent me, and I felt like that one felt better. But this is one of my better Adidas ones because these Adidas ones are kind of heavy. Like I mean, they get wet and you cool off in it and stuff like that. So it's not like they stays hard.
You can tell the difference of something from 8 years ago. The difference in the quality.
17. Wow.
I had to do the quick math there in my head. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, actually, this is also when I started having to save money on jerseys because 2015 I just bought the white kit, the purple kit, because they're kind of expensive and it's just a purple one and the other one was white. 2016 they actually had a hella sale and I bought all 3 of them. So I had the purple, the white, and the gold stripes. But then 2017 came and all they did was come out with the same purple kit, but now with the GE Appliances logo.
Oh, it's a sponsor change.
Yeah, so because the first 2 years was Humana across the chest, then it switched to GE. So I don't have the purple or the gold stripes with the GE, but this is the one I bought from 2017. And I was like, you know what? I'll just try to get one from every year. But it usually ends up being the third kit because we kept going back with the gold and white stripes, the hoops. So, but in 2018, I got the blackout third, and also got the special edition pink one.
Ooh, I think Indy also did a special edition. Oh, no, that was like 21. We did a pancake. But yeah, cool.
Yeah. So then I keep getting one from every year, and now I'm looking, and I don't think I got any from 2020. I have a goalkeeper kit. Oh, and I have the white stripes. So I have 2021. I have the black and gold 2022. I don't have any from 2023. I know I don't have any from last year. So yeah. But I'm still trying to wait for last year's to go on cheaper sale.
Well, hey, I'm happy you still able to buy one a year because that's kind of where I'm at with the Indy 11 kits. So maybe this year I might get 2 more. We'll see. Because I like all 3 of them, and I need another black kit that isn't the BYB. So that's it for tonight's episode. We are at an hour and a half for tonight, a little bit over. Just him and I got a little distracted, but thank you for joining us on tonight's episode. As always, the best way to support us is to like, subscribe this channel, as well as supporting us financially via the Patreon link in the description and joining the lovely people down below. You can also follow us on all the socials, Insta and Blue Sky, or you can join our Discord where we do our fan choices and you can get your vote and your say in 2 of the chits, 1 to 2 chits that we do each week. And finally, shout out to our sponsor at Equipped Studios. So that is it for tonight's episode. Is there any other final word here, thoughts, before we head out here?
Finicio, finished.
Awesome.
Synonyms.
Fine di settimana. It's Italian for the weekend, and hope y'all have a great week. I'm learning Italian. My wife's visiting someone.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, so enjoy the weekend. Friday's part of the weekend. So enjoy your Friday or early weekend, however you want to. Sorry, Lexington fans. And enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you back next week. Thank you. Good night.